So this video is specifically for Daryl. He had asked for help with wind adjustments. So we're going to use what I think he has, which is an extra mile. I think this is a level 5. I have a 6. That's okay. And I'm going to use notebook. There you can see the wind is 7.8, which means on the left over here it shows you I need to adjust 3.2 rings. Now let's show how I would adjust for rings. Probably land this thing up here. That's what we're going to do. So let's push up to where we want to land right here. And the end of the blue ring is 3 rings. If you see the end of the yellow ring, 1, 2, 3. We're going to go just over 3 rings. Let's curl it back. Oh God, great ball. Should still be okay. So I know that was a little quick. I was hoping I didn't have to go first so I could explain a little bit more. So with the extra mile level 6, let's see what standard adjustment is. So if the wind's 10 miles per hour, we would adjust 4 rings. If it's 5 miles per hour, we would adjust about 2 rings. So it's 2.3 miles per hour for every 1 ring with the extra mile level 6. Sniper, it's pretty simple. Sniper's 1-to-1. So I don't even need notebook for sniper, which is nice because you'll use the sniper on a lot of your shootout holes. So let's just say I was trying to land this thing around right there. Let's turn. There's 1 ring. See where my take shot line is, the take shot button? I put that at 1 ring. Now it's at 2 rings. Now it's at 3, but we need 2.5. Also look at the wind. I turned the camera so that the wind is pointing directly away from me. That way you know that you're adjusting in the right direction. And perfect. So rings are really pretty, it can look intimidating, but it's really not that bad once you figure out what you're doing. Sniper, easiest of all, 1 ring for every 1 miles per hour. So 5 miles per hour wind. Notebook says 4.9, but you might as well just go 1-to-1. 1 ring for every 1 miles per hour. With these shots, you really don't need rings. You can really just kind of guess for these. Let's mess around more with the extra mile. 8 miles per hour means 3.3. If you don't use notebook, you could more or less say that you're going to go a little bit less than, let's see, I know an extra mile level 8 is 1 ring for every 2 miles per hour. This is a little bit less than that. So you take your wind, divide it by 2, and you're going to go a little bit less than that. So 6 miles per hour, 2.5, which is a little bit less than 3. Now this is if you don't want to be very precise. If you want to be very precise, you need notebook. 4 miles per hour is a little bit less than 2, which is half of 4. Let's see if I can't test my theory out. I'll not use notebook for this one. Juniper Point. This is a tournament hole, I believe. So, if you can make it across, always go right. If you can't make it across, play left. And with headwind like this, I would almost definitely prefer left. Unless you have maxed out gloves. He's got a maxed out extra mile level 8, so he can afford to go right. We're probably not going to mess with that. We're probably just going to go left. Another thing here. See how from this angle you can tell it's a little bit downhill? That means you're going to adjust a little bit more. I know I said I'm not going to use notebook, but just for a teaching point, let's say it's 10% downhill. Now all of a sudden, we are looking at pretty much the number divided by 2, the wind divided by 2. Let's just test that theory. 5.4 divided by 2 would be about 2.7 rings. So this is where we want to land. That looks good. Now let's go 2.7 rings. So there's 1. See how the wind's pointing directly away from me now? That's very important. 1, 2, 3. So 2.7 is like right there. Which means we need to go into a very slight amount of overpower. Perfect. Rolls down there nicely. Gives us a good look at the hole. So that's a pretty good rule of thumb there. Take your wind with the extra mile level 6. Probably the same with an extra mile level 5. Take your wind, divide it by 2. And then just less than that number. If it's downhill, just take your wind and divide it by 2 and roll with that. All right, let's see how precise we can be here with just using the 1-to-1. We have tailwind. Let's see, where's the consistent spot? Looks pretty good right there. When you have tailwind, you want to stop the guy just short of the hole like that. And then let's go 1-to-1, which is 3.3 rings. Camera is turned away from us. 1, 2, 3. There's 4. So 3.3 is like right there. See where I used the take shot button to get my adjustments precise? That should be close. And there it is, perfect. And that's without even using notebook. Roll through one more hole here. Once again, with the extra mile, take the wind, divide it by 2, and use slightly less than that number. I know we're not really using our long iron, short iron, wedge, sand wedge, rough iron. That's okay. You know, I wouldn't put too much on yourself if you're just learning wind adjustments and rings. If you have notebook over like this over here, by all means, put all your clubs in. You can be very precise with it. But if you're just starting out and you don't have notebook, learn with your driver and with your woods first. I don't know if you're going to be able to reach the green in 2 going this way. Looks like you can reach from there. We'll zoom out and look at the different ways to play this hole. So usually I go this way. We'll go this way too. I've never tried it. Let's try it. Never know unless you try. See where my ball guy is going to take me. It might go a little too far. One top spin. Let's spin this thing back to the right a little bit. Bite, bite, bite. So there we go. With 0.8 wind, 0.8 wind, there's really no point in adjusting. It's not going to have much effect on your ball. Well, this will be a fun shot. One that will definitely require some precision. I don't expect to give myself a chance to make this one, because you're going to have to use curl. Whenever you use curl, really decreases your chance for a precise, spot-on shot. All right, let's see what we can do here. We do have a tailwind, so I don't want to use much top spin. We might just try to play this thing with a smidge of top spin, play it up here, and from here, adjust 6.2, 1, 2, 4, 5, go 6.5, and let's curl this just a smidge. I was afraid to miss left. If I miss left, I might be in the rough. But this should still be okay. Very tough shot to try and be precise with. But okay, hopefully this is good enough and at least shows you the basics of how to use wind adjustments. Thanks for watching.